This is not one of my normal bandanas and it's kind of bugging me, but on the bright side I didn't have to do my hair, so. Mabel would like to say roll the intro. I decided to stand for this video, which was probably a mistake because I'm gonna start walking like this kind of, and then people are gonna be like, stop moving, I can't focus, and I'm gonna be like, I was moving? Hello everyone, if you do not know who I am the religious hippie. You can basically find me on any social media platform, just type in the religious hippie and I shall pop up. My most popular ones are obviously TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I just want to have a disclaimer here. We do not claim Mary is God. We do not claim that she is the fourth person of the Trinity. There is no fourth person of the Trinity. We do not claim that she created the Trinity or she's a goddess of any type, but we do believe she is the Queen of Heaven, and so what we're going to do today is get into that. So today I took my dog to go get him groomed because he needed it badly. And as I was sitting in the parking lot waiting for him, I came across this video from Lizzie's Answers. Lizzie's Answers? She's a Catholic YouTuber that's an ex-Protestant. She does amazing videos. Definitely go check out her channel. But anyways, I was coming across one of her videos from a while ago, and it basically said, Mary the Queen of Heaven. And I was just like, wow, that's so cool. Like, she did this whole video. Like, she is amazing with the amount of apologetics. Like, I'm still learning certain things, but her videos are very informative and everything, and so I got really inspired. I already started kind of writing out like Mary Queen of Heaven video, like the outlines, what I wanted to do, but she really inspired me to actually start filming it because Our Lady is super important to me. And you guys see behind me, it's basically embroidered canvas that I did for my parents' wedding anniversary. And so she's really important to me, and I feel like it really needs to be cleared up about the misconceptions about her and the lies and the blasphemies against her. But yeah, her video really inspired me, so definitely go check it out. I'm going to link it in the description below so you guys can go check it out. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, calling Mary the Queen of Heaven may seem unorthodox to a lot of non-Catholics. A lot of people believe it's pagan, other people believe we're giving her too much entitlement, too much glory, this, that, veneration, and all of that. They almost see it as calling Mary the Queen of Heaven, they see it as us trying to overshadow God, and that's not it at all. All of this has to do with the ancient traditions of David's time. So we're going to look at the early traditions of the time of David. This is going to be the Old Testament. Now, during this time of David, whenever there was a king, most kings during that time had multiple wives. You can imagine the insanity it would be if all of those wives were deemed queen, or if only one was, and then there would be riots through the household because the wives were like, I want to be queen, I want to be queen. You know how women are. We want to be queen. We get it. We want to be a princess, you know. So because of all these issues that the kings would have to face with multiple wives being queens, the mother would be the queen because the kings only had one mother. So that made it super easy, and she was always seated at the right hand of the king. You can find that in 1 Kings 2, 19 through 20. So now that we got that out of the way, that was ancient tradition, where the queen would be the king's mother, and she would be referred to as the Queen Mother. Now, Queen Mother is mentioned a lot in the Old Testament. I'm just going to name a couple and you guys can branch off from there, but my main ones that I really find informative is 2 Kings 10:13, Jeremiah 13:18 through 20, and Jeremiah 29:2. Now, the best example of a Queen Mother would be Bathsheba. Now, who was Bathsheba's son? Solomon. And how many wives did Solomon have? A lot of wives. So she was seated at his right hand, and she had authority similar to how he did. Now, we know that Mary is the mother of Jesus. To deny that Mary had Jesus in her womb and Jesus is God is heresy. We know that she carried Jesus in her womb for 9 months. She breastfed him, she taught him how to speak, how to walk, how to pray. She taught him how to do all of that. She is Jesus' mother. Now in Luke's gospel, we see the angel Gabriel come to Mary, and she basically is told that she is going to be the mother of a king, and that king is Jesus, and Jesus is going to take over the throne of David. So if Jesus is king, which we know, and we go back to Jewish tradition, that would make Mary queen. Now going back to Bathsheba and Solomon, you can clearly see that he loves and venerates his mother, and she has somewhat of an authority similar to he does. She has a crown and she has a throne. So queen mothers had a really important role. In 1 Kings 2:19, Bathsheba goes to the king on behalf of others to win his favor. She is interceding on the behalf of these people to get in good graces with the king. I think personally that this foreshadows Mary's intercession for us in heaven. So now that we kind of have that all straightened out, we're going to look at the book of the Apocalypse, specifically Revelations 12:1 through 5. I'm going to read that for you really fast just so you guys get the idea. A great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was pregnant and cried out in pain. As she was about to give birth, then another sign appeared in heaven, an enormous red dragon. This would be Lucifer, Satan, with 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns on its heads. Its tail swept a third of the stars out of the sky and flung them to the earth. The dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth so that it may devour her child the moment he was born. She gave birth to a son, a male child, who will rule all the nations with an iron scepter, and her child was snatched up to God and to his throne. This is describing a queen in heaven. And when he was having these visions of heaven and of this queen, he ultimately recognized that the woman standing in his vision who was wearing a crown was a queen mother due to Jewish tradition. Now, I know very few non-Catholics who will actually deny that Revelations is about Mary. It's so obvious and so clear when we actually want it to be. I unfortunately know many people who have a deep-seated hate to Our Lady and is unfortunately not open to anything regarding her, which is extremely sad and painful. However, it is extremely clear that Revelations is about Our Lady, the Queen of Heaven. Overall, I think it's also really important to note that the early Christians venerated Our Lady and recognized that she was the Mother of God and the Queen of Heaven, and she was special. It wasn't until the recent 1960s, 1970s that people really started blaspheming her and being very hateful towards her, unfortunately. And reparations do need to be made for those blasphemies made against her. That's why we attend the first Saturday of every month for the reparations of the sins committed against Our Lady. This is what Our Lady of Fatima told us. Anyways, I digress. Overall, we see through the 1st century and on that the early Christians, the early church fathers, venerated and loved Our Lady because they saw that through Our Lady, we can become closer to Jesus, just the way that Bathsheba, on the behalf of the peasants, would go to the king on their behalf and to plead so that they would be in good graces together. What are you doing? Stop it. Veneration for Our Lady has dated back many centuries. Anyways, that's all I have for this video today. If you guys enjoyed the video and you want me to do a series on Marian theology or anything like that, let me know and I might start a series on this. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment what your favorite Marian apparition is, and I will see you guys later. God bless you guys.